And just give me a final prediction before I see you on fight week. A devastating knockout?
Yeah, for sure. Brutal knockout. I want to see it grow. I want it to be a huge fight, blockbuster fight, and I think it's going to be that. And yeah, can't wait to go out there and just perform and do the business.
Daniel Dubois opens up on his...
Hey fight fans, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the upcoming rematch between Daniel Dubois and Oleksandr Usyk. The first fight sparked controversy, and now the rematch is generating massive buzz in the boxing world. Daniel Dubois is brimming with confidence heading into this rematch. He's emphasized his improved physical and mental state, stating that he's in top shape and fully focused.
I'm not going to go into too much, but I'm with you now. How's everything going? We're only 2 months away from this undisputed rematch. How is everything, Daniel?
It's going well. Everything's moving in the right direction. I'm feeling tip-top shape and just ready to go out there and yeah, like I always say, ready to fight, and I'm on it. I'm going to be 100% ready for it.
Dubois wants all eyes on this fight, recognizing the magnitude of the opportunity. He aims to win the undisputed title and collect all the belts.
You said you want England to stop, the country to stop, you want the world's eyes on it. The way this is building up, and we're still 2 months away. This is going to grab everyone's attention, correct?
No, I want it to. This is what these type of fights are about. There's no higher ceiling in boxing. This is it. This is the undisputed. So all them belts, I want to get them all.
Interestingly, when asked about the rematch, Anthony Joshua declined to comment, preferring to focus on his own career.
Quick one before I let you go. You've got to catch your flight. People would hate it if I don't ask you about
Fury?
This rematch with Usyk and Dubois. You've boxed.
I don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about it?
Nah, let them do their thing. It's a great fight, but let them do their thing. It's nothing to do with me. Let's talk about things that concern me.
However, Chris Eubank Jr. weighed in, acknowledging Dubois' form after his victory. He believes the fight will hinge on mindset and composure.
I think Daniel Dubois, he's on a roll. He's coming off of a massive win against AJ. Usyk's also on a massive roll. So I think that fight's going to come down to mindset.
The demand for this rematch is undeniable, with 60,000 tickets selling within 48 hours. Dubois himself has promised a brutal knockout.
I did want to mention to you, George Warren spoke to him a couple of weeks ago, and he said within 48 hours, 60,000 tickets went, which is incredible demand for this rematch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I want to see it grow. I want it to be a huge fight, blockbuster fight, and I think it's going to be that.
Dubois is not just aiming for a win, but wants to make a statement.
And just give me a final prediction before I see you on fight week. A devastating knockout?
Yeah, for sure. Brutal knockout.
Dubois' trainer, Don Charles, highlighted the journey they've been on for the past 2 years, emphasizing Dubois' growth into a world champion. Charles even brought up Usyk's religious beliefs, adding another layer of intrigue to this matchup.
Well, we've been together now for 24 months. We did, that first fight was 14 months camp, and new fighter, new trainer, relationship. Now, 24 months later, can you imagine? And you've seen what he's done in between that time, from the Usyk fight to now, what he's gone and done, and become a world champion. And the personnel he has been on the way, that suggests to how far he's come. And we're going to top it up by, this is all meant to be, this has all been written by God. The God that I worship. I questioned Usyk about his religious beliefs, because if you're a godly person like he prides himself on, how can you lie behind in the name of God? That's a sin, a big sin.
Carl Frampton sees this as a really good fight, acknowledging Dubois' improvement. While he admits Dubois has a chance, he ultimately leans towards Usyk due to his adaptability and fight IQ.
Really, really good fight. Dubois is a better fighter now than he was in the first fight, and he looked okay for periods in the first fight. Disappointed with how it ended as well, but Crawford, flip me, talking with the wrong fighters again. Dubois is certainly a much more dangerous fighter than he was, so he does have a chance to win the fight. But in saying that, I've backed against Usyk a couple of times, and specifically the Fury fights. I don't think I'm ever going to back against him again. I think the guy's a genius and he just finds a way. I don't even think he goes into fights with a game plan. He figures people out as the fight goes on. And yeah, Daniel has a better chance, but don't back against Usyk. I think Usyk wins the fight.
Dubois has been focusing on power and explosiveness in training camp. aiming to increase his punching force. Frank Warren believes this fight could be a historic moment, potentially crowning Dubois as the first undisputed British heavyweight champion.
Well, it is, but they know each other. They've been in the ring together. They shared a ring together. I know he can hurt him. I know that Usyk, who I've got great admiration for. He's beaten every British fighter that he's been in with. But I believe that he has weaknesses, and it was nearly exploited in that first fight. I mean, that's the punch I always felt would give him problems. So Daniel knows what he's got to do in this next fight, and it's going to be a great fight. And as I said, it's historical because of the belts and so forth. And if he comes through that, how bad is that? You know, 48 years I've been doing this now. I mean, for him to come through and do that, heavyweight champion, and I've looked after a few British heavyweight world champions, but I think that would be something special. You know, the first guy to hold the 4 belts, that's historical.
Tony Bellew acknowledges Dubois' progress and confidence boost, particularly after the win. However, he anticipates Usyk's skill, and ring IQ will wear Dubois down, leading to another Usyk victory.
He knows himself now, though, Jim. Yeah. So he knows how hard it is, how tough it is. I believe the first fight with him that he'd had enough. He'd had enough, and he quit. So it is what it is. You can make as much of that or as little of it as you want. I think Daniel Dubois is now coming to a different stage in his career, where he's understanding now of what needs to be done and what's at stake. I think he's shown that he can overcome difficult times in fights now. And I think the victory over Anthony Joshua is going to propel his confidence levels to an all-time high. So I think he's well in this fight. I think he's a super dangerous challenger. And he'll go into it with a lot of belief. But I believe that belief will get shrunk. As the rounds pass and as the shots start getting landed on him, the questions will be asked of him again. Oleksandr Usyk will be victorious.
Bellew sees Usyk as an exceptional talent, a genius that boxing needs. While acknowledging that every reign ends, he doesn't believe Dubois is the one to dethrone Usyk.
This guy's an anomaly, he's a freak, he's the genius that boxing needs. This guy is, I can't put it into words how good he is at what he does, Jim, but ultimately all good things have to come to an end. Eventually, yes, but I just don't think Daniel Dubois is the man to bring it to an end.
So you go Usyk again?
I'm going Usyk again, and I think by late stoppage, if not points. Stoppage? I think he can stop him. Yeah, I just think he figures it out. It's what his mindset and the frequency he's on is a different level to everybody else. It's like this guy's gone up against a 6'9" monster in Tyson Fury and figured them out. Yeah. This guy's gone up against one of the biggest punchers in boxing in Anthony Joshua and figured them out twice. He's already beaten Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois is a big, strong guy. Immense power. I give him all the credit in the world, and he's overcome many demons, but he hasn't shown us yet that he can get this job done over 12 rounds, and I just don't see him stopping Oleksandr Usyk.
Teddy Atlas expressed deep respect for both fighters, highlighting Usyk's resilience amid the war in Ukraine. He also acknowledged Dubois' challenges and his journey of redemption.
All right, I'll start with this. I love both guys. I have respect for both guys. And look, we're close to Usyk, so I'm not going to hide that. And I think a lot of both of them as men. Forget about fighters, as men. I think a lot of Usyk, the man he is, what he's done really for his country, to really fight during the pressure of his country being torn apart and invaded by another country, by Russia, and to fight during those times and that going on in his country with his people, and just, like I said, just destroying what he loves.
Simon Jordan boldly stated that it's Dubois' time to shine, praising his ferocity and growth as a fighter. He believes Dubois needs a stoppage victory.
I said it to Oleksandr Usyk, and there's no favoritism here. I think it's Daniel Dubois' time. I think he's a ferocious beast. Absolutely. and I think he deserves all the plaudits. I think what walked into Wembley Stadium was an absolute gladiator, and I'm thrilled for him that he's coming out of himself, growing as a man, becoming more worldly and able to communicate with the media, and I think it's going to be a fabulous fight. Do
you believe that he can get it done inside the distance?
I think he has to get done inside the distance.
Yeah. You don't think he can win on points?
I think it's unlikely.
Yeah.
I think it's unlikely. But whatever, July 19th, brilliant fight.
In contrast, Duke McKenzie believes Usyk would win again, stating that Dubois would be outboxed. He considers Usyk to be in a league of his own.
Just tell me, head on the block now, does Dubois do it second time against Usyk? He gets outboxed, yeah?
He gets outboxed again.
Does he get stopped?
Quite potentially. Potentially, sure. Nobody's beaten Oleksandr Usyk. You know, I don't want to make it sound too cliche, but for me, where heavyweight boxing is concerned, he's head and shoulders. He's Premier League and everybody else's first division. As much as I like Dubois, and Dubois is improving all the time, still not got what it takes in my eyes to beat Usyk.
And finally,
beats everyone else, though.
Yeah, he does.
So there you have it. A range of expert opinions on the Daniel Dubois versus Oleksandr Usyk rematch. Will Dubois' power and determination be enough to overcome Usyk's skill and experience? Or will Usyk continue his reign as the undisputed champion? Let us know your predictions in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more MMA and boxing news and analysis. Thanks for watching.